Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel BioExplorer. I am Dimut Jayaratna. In this video, we will talk about the importance of biology and the situations where we use that knowledge of biology in daily life. We can note them down as understanding the human body and its functions, sustainable use and management of natural resources and environment, sustainable food production, understanding plant life, understanding diseases and causes, solving some legal and ethical issues. Now let us look at them one by one. Understanding the human body and its functions. Human body is one of the marvelous creatures of nature resulted through evolution over millions of years. When studying biology, we can get a good knowledge about how the organs have been developed by organizing various structures and tissues in the human body and the structures of various organ systems and their functions. We can use that knowledge to maintain the body healthy by understanding the interrelationships between organ systems and the relationship between structure and functions. Understanding plant life. Plants play a major role in biosystems. They do photosynthesis and helps to regulate carbon dioxide and oxygen balance in the atmosphere. All the animals depend directly or indirectly on plants. We can explain the contribution of plants to the survival of organisms by studying the biological functions of plants. That knowledge is useful to produce high-yield plants and disease-resistant plants. Understanding biodiversity. Basically, biodiversity includes all the life forms on the earth. It is explained under three levels. First one, genetic diversity, species diversity and ecosystem diversity. We will go to the depth in biodiversity in future videos. The vast variety of biodiversity seen today is a result of the process called evolution occurred for over millions of years. Life on Earth is considered to be formed around 3.5 billion years ago, while the formation of the Earth was occurred around 4.5 billion years ago. Scientists estimate that there are about 10 to over 100 million species in the world based off their investigations. We can see a dynamic relationship between living and non-living components in the biosphere, and there is a specific role for every organism in the environment for the existence of biosphere. Sustainable use and management of natural resources and environment. In daily life, we use various natural resources to fulfill our tasks and to make our activities easier. They are often used for economic development. Those sources of materials and energy found naturally are called natural resources. But they are limited on Earth. Due to the increase of human population, overuse of natural resources is taking place. It causes threat of depletion of natural resources. As a result, various environmental problems arise such as depletion of ozone layer, global warming, occurrence of acid rains, contamination of ground drinking water, loss of biodiversity, and desertification. Knowledge of biology is very useful in order to take necessary actions for the above problems by practicing management of natural resources and environment. Sustainable food production. At present, human population is about 7 billion and expected to be double in less than 40 years. According to the growth rate of population, 3% are added to the world population per second. So, sustainable food production is necessary for the survival of human beings. Production of high-yielding varieties of plants and animals, production of disease-resistant plants and animal varieties, improving the post-harvest technological methods. The above-mentioned actions are taken in order to produce sufficient amount of food for the human population using environmentally safe methods. Understanding diseases and causes. The knowledge about various diseases and their influences is necessary to maintain a healthy life. Diseases can be categorized as communicable and non-communicable diseases. Examples are shown in the background. Solving some legal and ethical issues. Knowledge and applications of biological concepts is important in solving some legal issues. A few examples can be mentioned as parentage testing in criminal investigations and to solve immigration disputes. Now we move on to the next topic, the nature and organizing patterns of the living world. We can see various differences among living organisms that helps us to identify them individually. Organisms are diverse based on size, shape, form and habitats. Let's see how organisms differ by size. We consider about bacteria as the smallest living beings, and they are in the range of about 0.2 micrometers to 0.4 micrometers. Eukaryotic animal cell is about 20 micrometers in size, while a plant cell is about 35 micrometers. Above mentioned organisms cannot be seen with the naked eye. Let's look at some examples that can see with naked eye. The largest animal on land is elephant, and the largest organism that lives in water is blue whale. The largest plant on land is named as giant redwood, and it's about 100 meters tall shape. We can identify different organisms in various shapes. The shape of one species is mostly unique for them. There are some life forms that don't have definite shape, example amoeba. It is a unicellular organism and changes its shape for migration and to feed itself. We can identify different shapes among microorganisms too. Example, Chlamydomonas. Bacteria are unicellular prokaryotic organisms. They show different morphological forms and arrangements. The most obvious structural feature of bacteria is the shape of individual cells. There are three basic shapes as spherical, we call them as corpus. In rod shape, it is bacillus and spiral shape. Bodies of birds and fish are streamline shaped. It helps them to minimize the resistance against friction when traveling. The elephant's trunk and the large legs are shaped to fit a unique herbivorous feeding pattern and movement. The long, slender body of makes it easy for them to crawl away. The horse's narrow, strong body and long legs with reduced toenails fit into a fast-moving pattern. In addition, we can identify two morphological bases of viruses based on their protein shell as icosahedral and helical shape. 4. Living organisms can be unicellular or multicellular based on the number of cells. Unicellular, example amoeba. Multicellular, both animals and plants. According to cellular organization, living organisms can be divided into two types as prokaryotes and eukaryotes. But certain units such as viruses and prions don't have a cellular organization. Habitats. Various species have spread on Earth in various habitats. Terrestrial, example rat, aquatic, fish, arboreal, here it is loris, and aerial, example birds. Far-flung creatures also inhabit extremely extreme environments such as hot springs, salt marshes, volcanoes, and deep seabed. There are also instances where some organisms live in more than one habitat. Frogs. Frog is an amphibian that lives in water as well as on land. So, hope you enjoy this video, and I think you gain a lot of facts for your biological knowledge. Then please subscribe this channel and see you in the next video.